So welcome to today's session. If we quickly summarize our previous session, then we have discussed about how to finalize gearbox speed range using range ratio, then how to decide geometric progression ratio, which we need to select in range of 1 to 2, and then from the basic equation of z is equals to log Rn into phi by log phi. Using this equation means once you know Rn, you know phi, then you can find out Z means number of speeds available from gearbox. But as you see, this ratio will come into some fraction, so we need to go for roundup. So we discussed we need to round off this Z such that that speed should be multiplier of 2 and 3 only, right? That speed should be multiplier of 2 and 3 only. And now I am mentioning some new constants as a power. So this is what 2 and 3, and as a power I have mentioned here n1 and n2. So if you just consider as a z you are getting roughly suppose you are roughly getting 7.5, then we need to round off it as a 8, right? Because 8 can be divided by 2 and 3 without fraction. So 8 can be divided by 2 completely. It's a 2, 2, 2, right? So in this way we get 8. So 2 raised to 3, power of 2 is 3. Similarly, if you take one another case where z is equals to approximately 8.5, so let us round off it as a 9. Then 9 can be easily divided without fraction by 3. It's a 3 into 3. So that comes to be 3 raised to 2, like that. And now if we take one another case for z, suppose roughly you are getting 11.2 for example, then round off we get 12, so that we can easily divide it into 2, 2 and 3, where 2 to the power 2 and 3 to the power 1, right? So this is what the round off, such that we can divide it into 2 and 3 without any fractional value. So same if you see here, this is what the generalized form I have written. Z is equals to means total number of speeds available from gearbox is equals to 2 raised to n1, 3 raised to n2. Means same, suppose I want to write for this first case, then it's a 2 raised to 3 and 3 raised to 0. So for this case, n1 is 3 and n2 is 0. Similarly, for this case, 2 raised to 0 and 3 raised to 2. So n1 is 0 and n2 is 2. For this case, 2 raised to 2 and 3 raised to 1. So I can say n1 is equals to 2 and n2 is equals to 1. Clear? So this is what generally we prefer to write z, where this, because if you go for geometric progression, then the advantage of geometric progression is we can design gearbox in multi-stage. This is the advantage. So for example, suppose if you are using geometric progression for 12 numbers of speeds, then here we can go for 2 pairs of gear in one stage. In next stage again we can go for 2 pairs, and in third stage we go for 3 pairs. So total number of speeds available from that particular area would be 12. So if you just recall that video demonstration of lathe machine gearbox, then that arrangement was like Z is equals to 12. 12 number of speeds, sorry, Z was given as 8. 8 number of speeds available from gearbox. So for 8, if you see, this is the recommended. You need to go for only 2. But in that case, it was given like 4 into 2. So if you recall, in first stage means between shaft 1 and intermediate shaft 2, we are getting 4 different speeds. And then between shaft 2 and shaft 3. Shaft 3 is output shaft which is connected to spindle. There we are getting 2 gear pairs. So in this way we are getting total 8 number of speeds. Clear? But this is what recommended. So the main advantage of geometric progression is we can go for multi-stage gearbox design, so that we can utilize axial dimension as well as radial dimension. So instead of GP, if you are using arithmetic progression or harmonic progression, and yet if you want 8 number of speeds, then in that case you need to go for 8 different pairs. Means pair 1 that can give you 1 speed, then pair 2, pair 3, pair 4, and likewise. So you need to arrange all 8 gear pairs along these 2 parallel shafts. So we get axial dimension. But if you go for GP, then the advantage of geometric progression is you can go for multi-stage. So some speeds you get between first 2 shafts, and remaining speeds you can go for some other stage. So that is the advantage of geometric progression series. And that's why if you see here, Z is written as 2 raised to 2 and 3 raised to 1. So in general, if you form this type of equation for Z, then you can determine what are the number of stages required. So suppose if now we want to find out number of stages, then for 12 numbers of speeds, number of stages are nothing but equals to n1 plus n2. So for this case, it's a, sorry, n2. So for this case, it's a 2 plus 1. So we have to go for 3 stages, right? If you go for this, then n1 is 0, n2 is 2, then 0 plus 2. So you need to go for 2 number of stages again. If you go for this first case, then n1 is 3 and n2 is 0, then you need to go for 3 number of stages. So in this way we can determine number of stages required to achieve required speeds from gearbox. Clear? So this is what the generalized equation. Now let us write this is in more general form. For example, I am writing Z is equals to, suppose we are having more number of stages, then P1 cross P2 cross P3 up to we go for Pn. Instead of 2 and 3, we go suppose up to Pn. And then this is what called as a structural equation. So 2, 3, but as I told you, it is recommended that go for 2 and 3 only. So always you restrict yourself up to P1 and P2. Here P1 stands for 2 and P2 stands for 3. And as we have already discussed, we need to divide number of speeds in terms of 2 and 3 only. So always we restrict up to P1 and P2. Right. Now, but for generalized form, if we consider up to Pn, then again I am writing Z is equals to P1 cross P2 cross P3 and we go up to Pn, right? Then what is the meaning of P1, P2, P3, Pn? Then it's numbers of speed steps in particular transmission stage. This P1, P2, P3, Pn, that is number of speeds available in particular transmission stage. So suppose if I am writing Z for 12 number of speeds, then as recommended we go for 2, 2, 3, right? Then P1 will be 2, P2 will be 2 and P3 will be 3, right? So that is what the understanding. So here if you see P1, then 2 number of speeds available in stage 1, then P2 is 2 again, then again 2 number of speeds available in stage 2, and P3, then in third stage 3 number of speeds are available. So in that way we get total 12 numbers of speeds. And if we write this in terms of n1 and n2, then 2 raised to 1 and 1, so 2 raised to 2 cross 3 raised to 1. This is what the other form, and this is the detailed form, right? So P1, P2, P3, Pn, they are representing number of speeds available in transmission stage, particular transmission stage 1, 2, 3. So a P1, that is number of speeds available in stage 1, P2 number of speeds available in stage 2, Pn number of speeds available in stage n, last stage, right? So in that way, what are the possibilities then? What are the possibilities to attain required number of speeds? That is called as n factorial. Yeah. What are the possibilities of structured equation? That is n factorial. Suppose if you write here for z, if it's a P1 cross P2 cross P3, then it can also be written as P1 cross P3 cross P2. It can also be written as P2. Suppose if I take P2 first, then P1, P3. Similarly, I keep P2 same position and I change these two positions, P3, P1. So likewise, so many possible arrangements are there. So this is called as a structured equation. If I am writing this form, number of speeds in this form, then that is called as a structural equation. Structural equation of gearbox, right? Not in full form. Later we'll introduce another parameter, and that will give the full form of structural equation. So this structural equation is nothing but giving you idea about the arrangement of gearbox, right? So there are so many possibilities. So how many possibilities are there? So in general, that is, if you have P1 to N, then total possibilities of structural equations are n factorial. So total n factorial possibilities are there. So if you look here P1, P2, P3 for 12 number of speeds, then I can say total 3 factorial, right? Because P1, P2, P3. We are talking about n, the suffix value. So n is 3 here. So total 3 into 2, total 6 possibilities are there, right? Okay. But if you look, 6 possibilities are there. But when you have P1, P2, P3 not equal, means P1 is not equals to P2 is not equals to P3, then you get 6 possibilities, right? But suppose if you take case of 12 number of speeds, then P1 and P2 are same. So by switching position of P1 and P2, you don't get any change actually, right? So suppose if I show here, if you call Z is equals to 2, 2, 3, right? So this is one possibility. You can keep this as it is 2. You can switch the position to get 3 into 2. This is one another possibility. So let's write here Z1, Z2. So this is second possible structure equation. What is meaning of this? In stage 1, two gear pairs, so two different speeds available. In stage 2, again two different gear pairs, so next two speeds available. And in stage 3, three speeds available. While if you see this second equation, then in stage 1, two speeds are available. In stage 2, three speeds are available. So that is what we are changing the structure of gearbox. And that's why this is called as a structure equation. Because this equation gives idea about the gearbox structure, gearbox arrangement, right? So this is what we got one another possibility. Similarly now, if you see Z3, then if I switch position of this two, means here this is P1, let me write this is as a P1, this is as P2, and this is as P3. So suppose if I switch position of P1 and P2, do we get any change? No. The reason is both are having same value. Means if I flip position of P2 and P1, I'll not get any change. Yeah? Because they are redundant actually. Right? So 3 factorial means total 6 possibilities are not correct as such. When you are having same value of P1, P2 or P2, P3. Right? So we need to introduce one another parameter which is called as a Q. So what is meaning of Q? Q stands for numbers of stages where value of P is same. Number of stages where value of P is same. So let us consider again this 12 number of speeds. If you look here, this 12 number of speeds, then P1 and P2 are same. So value of Q for 12 number of speed will be P1 and P2 are same. So in two stages, value or the number of speeds available is same. So Q is equals to 2. So like here, this actual possible structure equations are n factorial divided by q factorial, right? So n factorial divided by q factorial. So initially it was 3 factorial. If p1 is not equals to p2 is not equals to p3, then 3 factorial means total 6 possible variations are there. But now two stages, they are redundant in nature. In two stages we are getting same speed. Then I need to divide by q factorial. So q factorial I need to divide by 2 factorial. So if you divide this 6 by 2 factorial, then it's 2. Then now three possible structure equations. Right? So which are those? Like here you can see 2, 2, 3, then 2, 3, 2, and the last one is, suppose I take 3 first, then 3, 2, 2, right? So these are the possible structure equations, which are 3 only. The reason is because in two stages we are getting same speed. That's why Q is equal to 2. So in this way, these are the possible structure equations for 12 numbers of speed, right? So this is partial information actually. This is not complete structural equation. Now we introduce one another parameter which is gives us complete structure equation. So that is what called as a group characteristics number. That is what called group transmission group characteristics number. Transmission group characteristics number, which is indicated by X. Now, as we have discussed, gearbox, they are designed based on geometric progression. So suppose if you call n1 is the minimum speed, then next speed will be n2, which is in geometric progression, means n1 5. Similarly, if you go for n3, then n3 will be n2 5. And likewise, if you go up to nz, then nz will be nz minus 1 into 5, right? So it means what? Between these two speeds, progression is of 5. So in successive speeds, always in case of GT, progression is of 5. So this X is nothing but 5 is to value. How much value? That is what called as a transmission group
Sir,
characteristics number. So this X stands for what is the power of geometric progression constant between two successive speeds. But now this power is for particular transmission group. Means again, if we take same example for 12 numbers of speeds, we go for 2, 2, 3. Then as we discussed, in stage 1 you get 2 different RPMs. In stage 2 we get again 2 different RPMs, and in stage 3 we'll be having 3 different RPMs, right? So what is the meaning of this? In stage 1, means if we are talking about group characteristics number for stage 1, let me write here x1, then what is the change in power of phi between two successive speeds in stage 1? Similarly, so this will be phi x1, we say. Similarly, for stage 2, again two different successive speeds, then what is the progression of phi? So that is x2, phi is to x2. Similarly, if you go to third, then x3, then here we have three speeds. So it is about progression, geometric progression between two successive speeds. So between these two speeds, what is phi is to x3? That same x3 will be for entire stage, that particular stage. So this is stage 1, speed available in stage 1, speed available in stage 2, and speeds available in stage 3. Then what is the progression, power of geometric progression constant between two successive speeds? That is called as a characteristics number, and it is about particular group. That's why it is called as a transmission group characteristics number. Now, as from gearbox, we are getting the successive speeds by phi raised to 1, means what? Out of these three, this x1, x2 or x3, any one should have value 1. So and so we get phi raised to 1. Am I right? So here we have three different x1, x2, x3. Then we should have at least one transmission stage where phi raised to 1 is present. So and so we can get successive speeds in geometric progression, right? And that stage is by default called as x1. That stage is by default called as x1. So that particular stage is called as fundamental transmission stage. Fundamental transmission stage, right? So that is clear. So at least out of these three stages, any one stage will be having characteristics number as 1. Okay. So again, the changes, then what are the possibilities of variation in the structural equation? I can keep x1 here or here or here. So again, there are so many possibilities. So those possibilities are again this x suffix cc. If three stages, then three possible x values, right? So now, what are the possible structured equations in general due to this group characteristics number? So possible structured equations now. Possible structural equations are in general. If we go for n factorial first, divide by q factorial. So q is what? If p1, p2 they are same, or p2, p3 they are same, then we need to write that as a q value. So n factorial, that is number of stages. That is what? N factorial. And now in each stage we have some characteristics number. So that characteristic number can also be changed. So in that way it is n factorial square actually. So if you are talking about 12 number of speeds, then for 12 number of speeds we require 3 stages, right? For 12 number of speeds we require 3 stages. So 3 raised to 2 divided by, for 12 number of speeds, so I'm just writing here for reference. So it's a 2, 2, 3. So in that way we are getting total 12 number of speeds, but these 2 are redundant. Then I write q as 2 stages, they are having same speed, right? So 2 factorial. Then what are the possible solutions? So 3 into 2, 6, 6 square, 36 divided by 2. Then total possible structural equations are 18 actually, right? So total possible structural equations now 18. So what are those possible structural equations? I hope it is visible. Now here you can see, first of all, three main possible structural equations are this. This is cell that indicates main possible structural equations. So P1, P2, P3. So it's a 2, 3, 2, or I can switch these two positions, then 2, 2, 3, and now third possibility is 3, 2, 2. This is what main structure equation, right? Means this indicates in first stage 2 speeds, in second stage 3 speeds, and in last stage 2 speeds. While this indicates in first stage 2 speeds, in second stage again 2 speeds, and in third stage total 3 speeds. And now this last one, in first stage 3 speeds, and last 2 stages 2 speeds, right? But now, as I told you, we have introduced another parameter, which is group characteristic number. So suppose if I indicate here, this is as a 2, 3, so P1, P2, P3, so 2, 3, 2. Now, if I call that in stage 1, I put x1 is equals to 1. So, if in general form we write, then this is P1. Let me use some different color. So, suppose this is P1, this is P2, and this is P3. Now, you can consider, first of all, x1 here. So 2, 3, 2. This is x1. Then x2 value. This x2 value is nothing but multiplication between P1 and x1. So it's a 2 into 1. So we get here 2. x2 is 2. Now last is 3, x3. Then x3 is P2 into x2. So 3 into 2. So 6. So here it's 6, x3 is 6. So 6 into 2, we got total 12 number of streets, right? So this is one possibility. Now what we are doing for this 232, we are changing value of characteristics number. Means right now x1 is selected here. Now let's switch position of x2 and x3, right? Then P1. Now again I am writing here this P1. I am keeping x1 as it is. Then P2, P3. Now let's switch position. Now instead of x2, here I write x3, and then I write here x2. So I have switched position of these two. Now due to this, what change will happen? No change in the first stage. It's a 2, 1 only. But now x2 is multiplied with p3. So x2 value will be 2 into 1. So here I need to write 2, and this is same 2, 3, 2. So 2, 3, 2. Now we are changing only value of the position of x. So 2 into 1, that is x2. Now what will be x3? It's a 2 into 2. So that will be 4. Right? So 3 into 4, again we got 12 number of streets. Right? So always where your x3 is multiplied with any p value, that should give you total number of streets, which are 12 here, because this table is for 12 numbers of streets, right? So in this entire, now if you look everywhere, I'm writing, so we are talking about this 2, 3, 2. So we call 2, 3, 2. Then for 2, 3, 2, what are the possibilities we discussed? 2, x1, 3, x2, and 2, x3. So one possibility, then 2, 3, 2. This is same. Now we are only changing position of x. I keep x1 as it is. I switch these two positions. So x3, x2. Similarly, now 2, 3, 2. Now instead of x1, in stage 1 I keep x2, and in stage 2 I keep x1, and in stage 3 x3. Similarly, I keep stage 1 unchanged. Let's switch position of x1 and x3. Then 3, x3, 2, x1. Right? Similarly, 2, 3, 2. So for this case, again we have three x1, x2, and x3. So again 3 factorial. So So for this stage, we have total 6 possibilities. For only 232, we have total 6 possibilities to change x value. So that is what I am showing here. So now we are writing x3 first, x1, x2, and the last possibility for 232 is, now stage 1 unchanged. Now let's take x2 in stage 2 and x1 in last stage. Right? So this is how possibility for one stage. Now let me write values. By default x1 is 1, so 2, 1, 3, 2. We are writing for this equation. So 2, 3, 2. Now x1 is 1. So what is x2? It's a 2 into 1, so 2. What is x3? It's a 3 into 2, so it's a 6. So 6 into 2, 12. Similarly, for this second equation, again x1 is 1, but now x2 is in third stage, last stage, then 2 into 1, 2, that is your x2 value. Now for x3, p2 into x2. Sorry, here it is p3. So p3 into x2, then 2 into 2, 4. So 4 into 3, again we got 12. Similarly for this equation, 2, 3, 2. x1 is 1 by default. So 3 into 1, 3 as a x2. So 3, 3 into 2, 6. So x3 value is 6. So 6 into 2, 12. Clear? So likewise I am writing for all. 1, 2 into 1, 2. So 2, 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 3, 12. x1 is 1. So 3 into 1, 3. So 3 here as x2. Now x3 is 3 into 2, 6. So 6 into 2, 12. And now the last possibility for 2, 3, 2. So x1 is 1, 2 into 1, 2, 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 2, 12. So these are the total 6 possibilities for 2, 3, 2. Similarly, we have second possibility of main structure equation is 2, 2, 3. So likewise, instead of 2, 3, 2, now for 2, 2, 3, again we have total 6 possibility by changing position of x. Similarly, so 6 plus 6, 12. Now similarly for next 3, 2, 2, again by changing position of x, we have next 6 possible structured equation. So in that way 6, 6 and total 6. Total 18 possible structured equations are there. Okay. So this is how we can check possible structure equations. So we keep up to this in today's session. In next session, we'll move further. Based on this structure equation, we'll go for structural diagram of gearbox.